Margaret Ellis had always believed that success was a fortress, solid, unshakable, and built to last forever. For 15 years, she had ruled the boardroom of Ellis Tech Solutions with an iron hand, her name printed on glass doors and engraved on awards that lined her corner office. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. Also, tell us in the comments where in the world are you watching from. She wore her power like armor, never letting anyone see the cracks, never letting anyone close enough to matter. People admired her from a distance, the way you admire a storm, with awe and a little fear. But storms always end, and Margaret's ended on a Tuesday morning in November, when the auditors walked in and her business partner walked out, taking with him every penny, every contract, and every secret she had trusted him to keep. The company collapsed within weeks. The lawsuits followed. The house was sold. The friends disappeared quietly, the way rich people always disappear when the money runs out. By December, Margaret was living in a small rented room above a laundromat, surviving on savings she had almost burned through, applying for jobs she once would have laughed at. She got one, a mid-level administrative position at a mid-size firm she had never heard of, in a building that smelled like old carpet and coffee. She told herself it was temporary. She told herself that every single day. The janitor who cleaned her floor was a man named Daniel Reyes. He was quiet, efficient, and always working, mopping hallways before sunrise, emptying bins after sunset, fixing small things without being asked. Margaret noticed him the way she had once noticed furniture as part of the background. It's something that existed to serve a purpose. She never said good morning. She never said thank you. She was too busy grieving the life she used to have to see, the life happening around her. Then came a Friday in February. A snowstorm had shut down half the city, and most of the office had gone home early. Margaret stayed behind, staring at a spreadsheet that blurred every time she blinked, exhausted and hollow in a way she couldn't put into words. That was when she heard them, two small voices, bright and clear as bells, coming from the hallway. Daniel had brought his twin daughters to work because school was cancelled, and he had nowhere else to take them. They were 7 years old with matching braids and mismatched socks, and they were absolutely, completely, unashamedly happy. They played a clapping game while their father mopped. They made up songs about the snow. They argued sweetly about which animal would make the best friend. One said elephant, the other said penguin. And then they both agreed that the best answer was probably both. Margaret stood in her doorway and watched them. And something inside her chest broke open like a window that had been painted shut for years. The younger twin noticed her first. She stopped clapping, looked up with wide, curious eyes, and said simply, without hesitation, without any awareness that grown-ups were supposed to be guarded, "You look sad. Do you want to play with us?" Margaret couldn't speak. She tried. She opened her mouth and nothing came out except a sound she hadn't made in years, the shaky, undignified sound of someone trying very hard not to cry. Daniel looked up from his mop, concerned, and started to apologize for his daughters. She stopped him. "Please don't," she whispered. She sat down right there on the hallway, floor in her expensive blazer and her worn-down heels, and she learned the clapping game. It was the most ridiculous thing she had ever done. It was the most human she had felt in longer than she could remember. They stayed there for almost an hour, two little girls, a tired father and a woman who had forgotten how to be a person. When the girls finally fell asleep curled together on Daniel's jacket in the corner, Margaret looked at him and said honestly, "I used to think I was important. I think I confused important with useful. I don't think I've been very useful to anyone." Daniel said quietly, "You still have time." He was right, she did, and she didn't waste another day of it. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel, Kindness True Stories, where every story reminds you that humanity is still beautiful.